Okay, hello everyone. This is the astrological forecast for the full moon of July 2013, July 22nd, 2013. And this thing is just a whopper. I mean, I've looked at it a few times. I opened it up and I look at it, I'm like, oh, holy mackerel, I'm not ready to deal with this. And I put it away and I keep opening it and putting it away, but we're going to tear into it. We're going to give it a go. So it's intense. It's major, maximum intensity. That's what this looks like to me. And this spinning, it's like this is spinning. This triangle, these trines are just spinning, or it's like, it's that vortex energy too, but it's just like it's spiraling and spinning. And it's going haywire, I just feel. Even though they're trines and it's all harmonious and that, just the way it's turning in a clockwise motion to me. And then there's other things spinning the other. It's almost like if you're standing at top of a skyscraper looking down the stairs in a staircase, like how you kind of get vertigo and everything. Anyways, that's what it looks like to me. So let's calm down here. We got to start somewhere. Well, let's start with the full moon point. So the full moon point of 0. We got a lot of zeros here too. So that's an interesting dichotomy in itself, because zeros are all about new beginnings. 0 degrees are things that are new beginnings that you're just starting with, and the full moon is the culmination. So it's the opposite of, the new moon is the beginning, the full moon is the fulfillment or the culmination. So it's kind of opposite. And so there's another tension or pull happening and everything because of that. But so all these zeros, zeros are new beginnings. Let's just start there. So we're starting this is kicking off the Leo energy. So even though it's a full moon so it is a full moon in Aquarius, and we're kicking off this new vibration a little. We're kicking off the Leo energy here. The 0, though, the full moon, there's a yod going on too, because we also have Venus at 0 Virgo, and we have Pallas at 0 Cancer. So there's this yod with the focal point being the full moon in 0 Aquarius. So, Aquarius is, to me, enlightenment. It's enlightenment. It's one of the higher signs in the zodiac, the last signs, and that's cyclical too. Aries is like the 0. Aries is the beginning, and then you get to Pisces, and it's the advanced soul. It's all these cycles. You see it in the tarot, you see it in astrology and numerology. You go 1 through 9 or 1 through 10, and you start over. And, you go Aries through Pisces, and then you start over. And you go 0 degrees to 29 degrees, and you start over. And it's just the wheel of life. But, so 0 Aquarius, enlightenment, forward thinking, new ideas, flashes of insight. That's the kind of vibration of Aquarius. It's totally breaking free of the old paradigm and into the new thought and new way of thinking and new age. It's stellar, it's galactic, it rules space, it rules planetary, everything like that. So something's coming to fruition, but it's new, because it's 0, it's new. So something's coming to fruition, a breakthrough, a new way of thinking, hopefully. That would be my hopes for this. But could be some kind of scientific invention is revealed, on a more mundane level here. Maybe NASA is going to come out and say, hey, look at what we've invented here. We're going to try this new program here. We're going to reveal it. The full moon, we're going to reveal what we've done here. And, it's going to be a new thing because of all the zeros. And Pallas also has that vibration of invention, and forwardness. Again, though, we're in this food thing, so it could be some kind of breakthrough with nutrition and food is unveiled, or because Cancer's food, Virgo's kind of food, I think of. 0 Pallas enlightenment as well. Venus, love, beauty, but Venus is good, or bringing something good forward. So hopefully that's what it's going to be. Love, if you have these low degrees, this is totally a love thing, I would say, too. If you have these low degrees in your chart, hitting any of your personal planets, like a 0, 1, or this could be some kind of, Venus, the love, and I realize I love you. After all this turmoil, I realize, wow, I really do love you. I really do care about you. Or I really do care about somebody, whoever. It could, with all this stuff, it could be past things too. Maybe you realize that's the one that got away or something like that. That could be another manifestation of that. Okay, let's get into those whirling vortexes here. Wow. So we've got all these grand trines and water still going on. I'm here first, so let's go here first. North Node 13, Scorpio, with Lilith and Mercury in Cancer together, down to Chiron. So this is so intense. These are all very karmic things. Lilith is karmic. Lilith is karmic up here. Chiron is karmic. North Node is karmic. Mercury's in the mix. So, what you say. Again, what you say. I mean, it could be some kind of thing, too, where profound things could happen. Words, if you're a wordsmith, writing, prolific writing. Prolific writing coming from these higher places here. Speaking your truth. Which I think that's what Lilith is. Lilith is like stand up for yourself. Another thing about Lilith, I'm not going to go on too crazy with this Lilith stuff, but Lilith, all she ever wanted was equality. She didn't want to rule over Adam, or whoever would pick your mythology. She wanted equality. She was not out to rule. She was not. It wasn't about ruling over, it was about equality, standing side by side. That's all Lilith really wanted. But anyway, here we go, Mercury with Lilith. So maybe some of these women's rights things are going to come to the forefront, reproductive rights. I don't want to get off on that too far off on that tangent again. But that's Cancer. Cancer is at the top of this. Cancer is where the concentration of energy is. Chiron and nodes, this has been going on. These planets are moving in. This is the new influx here, the Lilith, the Mercury. Of course, Mercury is what you say, it's words, it's where you live, it's your neighborhood. So it could also be, something profound could happen in your neighborhood, or out, I feel like I want to say out walking around. So I feel like Mercury is out walking around here. So like walk around in your neighborhood, you can meet some, magical thing could happen. And with Chiron, hopefully, ultimately, it would bring you a healing, I guess. So this is intense, though. This is not Mercury's lighthearted, but the rest of it's not. The rest of it's pretty intense and heavy. And then we go down to the low degrees again, and we've got still that grand water trine going on with Saturn and Scorpio. And then we've got Mars. Mars and Jupiter. Mars with Jupiter, too. We've got to talk about that, too. And then the third part of that, of course, is Neptune. So that's, kind of intense, too. Neptune being retrograde, it could be the darker side of Neptune, the drugs, the alcohol, the lies, the deceptions. Those are the kind of things. Saturn is always karmic. Saturn is karmic, and with Mars. I feel like Saturn is very male energy, I know, and Mars is definitely male energy too, and it's mixed in with this water energy and Cancer, feminine, so it's, again, this push me, pull you. It's all over the place. We've got the full moon's been the zeros, which is opposites. And here we've got masculine and feminine, so it's opposites. So there's all this pushing and pulling happening going on. So Mars conjunct Jupiter, amplification of Mars energy. Taking into account that Saturn and Neptune are involved too, but amplification of Mars. So of course, Mars. Physical activity, positive Mars, physical activity, sex, standing up for your rights, being the warrior, being the soldier. Mars in the negative, though, is, that's being mean, being warlike, fighting, arguing. And with Cancer, I just want to say it's something like hitting below the belt. Or picking on people, because I feel like Cancer is so non-warlike, it's so the mother, the feminine, the nurturer, and so it'd be like picking on somebody, like pick on somebody your own size, that's what I want to say. Why are you, a bullying? That's what I feel regarding that. And, Mars and Saturn can be kind of volatile. With Scorpio involved too, it can be violence. It totally could be violence. So, well, let's just put it this way. Things could escalate. Things could definitely escalate. And Neptune, it would be like, it's totally not, none of it's in reality. It's all escalating, in your mind or wherever. There's this boiling, bubbling of energy. The way this is all shaking too, I hope there's not going to be earthquakes. The way this, it just feels so unstable to me, unstable and spinning out of control. I hope there's not going to be earthquakes or probably tornadoes too, but I think it's kind of tornado season maybe. But at any rate, we've had with this water, we totally have had a lot of flooding. It's been, where I live, there's been a lot of flooding, so that's going on too. Anyways, so let's move on. Pluto's over here. So Pluto is opposing all this stuff here. It's kind of a wide orb, but I think it's good enough. 3 degrees, with the Mars, Jupiter, it's only a 3-degree orb. So I think that's definitely there. So again, we bring in the Pluto, the volatile energy, the destruction of the old, I'm going to do a video about synchronicities at some point, but it's almost like Mother Nature's going to fight back, when they were saying drill baby drill, drill baby drill during the last, I believe, the last presidential election. And then Mother Nature had that thing, spewing out the oil in the Gulf and everything. Now that was complete, that was no coincidence, that was complete synchronicity. It's like, Pluto's going to be, it's like toppling. And there's, worldwide, and I always stick to kind of the United States, but there has been a lot of civil unrest and uprising and things, and I think that's going to continue. It's going to continue, and it could get ugly, it could get a little ugly, but sometimes things have to get worse before they get better, that's the thing. Sometimes it goes like that. I know there's so much more here. The other thing that's going on, where's that square? Yeah, this Lilith-Mercury conjunction is also exactly squaring Uranus here. So again, there's this freedom, like being freed from Cancerian old paradigms of, not just women, but mostly I think more about women, I just feel like some things are going to come with some of these women that are really suppressed in some of these countries. I think that some stuff's going to really start happening here. And maybe it's going to take this, there's some of the old paradigms, some of the old, through violence and protests, sometimes that's the way, it still is going and has to go, especially if you're in an environment, I think if you're in that environment where that is so, so obvious and such a heavy thing, it's still happening to such a degree. I don't know that they can get out of it through sheer Aquarian energy of just being enlightened and bringing in higher energy. I think maybe there does have to be some riots in the streets, take it to the streets. That might be what's going to be happening here. This 12-13 thing too, we've also got Ceres involved again too. So I just can't help feeling that, this change and upheavals are going to be for the better. I don't feel like it's, it's not always for the better. Sometimes, big changes happen and it's even worse than before. So, but in this case, I just can't help but feel that it's going to be better. It's going to be better. It's just the dark, the darkness before the light or something, where, coming through the tunnel here. So the nodes are at that degree, that 12, 13. We've got these 12, 13 degrees, and then we've got these low degrees, 0 through 5s. So if you have those degrees in your chart, those are things that you maybe want to be aware of. And look at your chart, look at the houses, look at how it's being aspected in your personal astrology. This wheel, this is for East Coast, but this wheel is like my wheel. I'm not even sure what that means. But I have like a 2-degree Scorpio ascendant, 9-degree midheaven, Leo. So this is almost like my natal wheel. So this is like the transits to my chart right now. This is, you could say this would be my transits chart. But it's just intensity, and it's like I can't even look at this thing in the middle. It's vertigo. I'm getting dizzy. I'm getting vertigo. So I think things may be spiraling a little bit out of control. And it's funny when you look at that too. The thing that seems to be the one constant, or maybe the one thing that's kind of holding it all down here is Pluto. Pluto seems to be the grounding force in this. If that gives you any consolation, because Pluto is just change. Pluto is, not. But Capricorn is totally grounding energy. I can see that. And Saturn also, Saturn's is aspecting a lot of this stuff here, and it's kind of holding. Saturn is, not quite in the orb with the nodes again, but it's going to catch, it's moving forward, so it's going to catch the nodes here. But it's like Saturn is, along with the nodes, pulling us into our new paradigm, our new destiny, our new ways. This is the way we're heading. And Saturn is going to be there to solidify things, to lay that new foundation. Again, though, it's tied to Scorpio, Pluto's ruler. So it's only going to come through change. The only thing consistent is change. So that's what I'm getting for this chart. I'm sure there's a lot more because there's just so much going on there. But what I did was just kind of go through and look at the things that were sort of popping out at me, and that's how I read the chart. I'd go intuitively, psychically. And here comes that royal baby. It's to talk about this is a powerful soul that's coming through in this royal baby. So that hexagon thing is going to be forming, too. And that's that royal baby is going to be coming through this energy. And it's almost like... I'm working on this song with a friend from Israel that I'm going to be playing on his album. And the song, one of the lyrics in the song is, "There's always sunshine after rain." So this is the rain. So I'll be looking forward to the sunshine. Okay, this is Vicki Worley. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. If you would like to get a personal reading with me or order a mandala, you can find all that information on my main channel page under the About section, and you can find links there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. Thank you for commenting, and I'll talk to you soon.